Hello, everyone. I am just one more of the many, many people that live with chronic pain. Have you seen those movies where someone walks over fire for 30 seconds? For many of us, we walk over fire all the time. In my case, I have two sources or three of my chronic pain. One is neuropathy. It happened to me because in order to survive, sometimes you have to do things that maybe you don't want to do if you don't need to survive, right? So I got cancer about 13 years ago, and I laugh because sometimes life just gives you a lot of things. When I was diagnosed with cancer, the oncologist, he said he made a mistake, and he didn't give me a medicine called Neulasta that will keep my T cells, my defense T cells up. So every time that I was having chemotherapy for a whole year, every time I will be very close to dying because I didn't have enough defense T cells to fight for me inside my body. There was one time that that I had 0.100 of a T cell. 0.100, not even one T cell to fight for my body and for my brain. It was almost like in the COVID pandemic now that I was inside my room and they were not allowing flowers or fruits or people entering my room without a mask, because anything will kill me. So that happened over and over, every time that I was having chemotherapy. So after a year, chemotherapy saved me from cancer. But like many of us, it kind of screwed up my body, in the sense that there was a little bit of pain before of neuropathy, but after the chemotherapy, my pain started to go higher and higher and higher and higher. It is to the point now that many times, and I think many people identify of with me in the sense that we try to make sense out of it. I heard, I think it was Melissa Etheridge saying once that what she felt with chemotherapy, it was like a truck was hitting her from the inside. In my case, I always felt like it was like metal was going inside my blood. After a year of almost dying every time that I was receiving the chemotherapy, of course, I'm thankful that I survived, no doubt, but it is not easy. After that year of chemotherapy and the mistake of these doctors and everything, every night, I promise you, every night I was having the same dream. I'm trying to turn on the light because it's really dark. And I try to turn on the light and I can't. And I try to turn on the light and I can't. I can't. And I knew what it was because for many of us, again, that being really close to dying many times is it's like not knowing if I gonna fall asleep and I gonna be still here, And consciously, I know, we know, that I'm okay. But my subconscious is always in that fight and flight response. And yeah, you can say, yeah, go to therapy. I do. Um, so now again, part of my chronic pain, and I consider myself a warrior because every day and every minute, like many of you guys, many of our health advocates that have their own health issues, we fight every day. Sometimes to simply put our legs out of our bed and walk. I mean, if I achieve it's just one little thing sometimes, like going to the supermarket, I feel like it is a wonderful thing. Don't worry, and really, I think I do a lot more than that. But sometimes I feel like I do nothing. So I guess maybe I forgot to say also that I am a 38 years HIV London survivor. And it happened to me again, the whole HIV in 1984, 85. And I'm here, right? So many times the stigma and discrimination, the assumptions, in my case, the assumption that because I was HIV positive, my pain comes from neuropathy. Hello? The doctors should never assume something. About many years back, they saw that there was something wrong in my back. But they kept assuming. Again, this is a constant thing that happened with many doctors about any of the health issues that any of you guys go through. Assuming because of your age, because of your gender, because of our history, they assume things. Doctors are not gods. Doctors are our, partners in our health. So until about a couple of years ago, they finally saw that it wasn't just neuropathy what it hurts me. I also have something degenerative in my back that it hurts. So I have pain going through my feet, legs up, and also through my back in my left side. And it never goes away. I think many people sometimes forget what chronic means, right? Chronic illness, chronic pain, chronic mental health, chronic anxiety, chronic fatigue. Chronic means it's there all the time. Sometimes it kind of goes away, but it comes and goes and comes and goes because it just never goes away. It never go away. So many of us live life walking constantly over fire, walking over thorns, walking every minute, either because you have or depression or anxiety or pain or in the case of one of my friends, itching. Imagine like being in your body itching every second. And then you go to the doctor and what do they ask you? From 1 to 10, how is your pain? From 1 to 10, how bad is your sleep? From 1 to 10, how is your anxiety? Like it really, really, you can put a number. Sadly, and particularly about pain, how is it possible that in this time of history they haven't discovered or do something to measure really the pain that a person is feeling? Because the doctors or the nurses or society or your friends only can imagine a little bit the pain that you're really feeling. And because they are not feeling what you're feeling, and especially you try to smile or look good because I'm still single, so hey, we try to, show at least our best. So because they don't see that, and if they see you smiling or they see you dancing for a moment or they see you jumping for a moment, they think that the pain is not there, that you're not feeling anything. And they ask you, so are you in pain right now? The pain never goes away. And sometimes here and there's somebody on the other people that surround you that see you. And they look into your eyes, even from the back of the bus. That it happened to me once. That this guy saw me all the way from the back of the bus. And he was like, because nobody was giving me a seat, and I was dying of pain. I was in so much pain. And this guy, all the way from the back of the bus, he saw me. And he called me and he said, I can see from far away that you are in a lot of pain. But I see you and I get you. So please have this seat. Because most of the other people, again, sometimes they don't see your pain. Especially again in your smile. Especially you try to dress up in some way nicely because you want to look good, or you're trying to have a good day and see the sunlight and the plants and the beauty of a bird passing by or someone that smiles back at you. So to all the chronic pain warriors out there, because you are warriors and you're amazing and you're fantastic, because in these days especially, there's no doubt that people sometimes take advantage of medicines of pain, etc., etc., but pain is real. And while the pharmacists and the doctors and the insurance and your friends and everybody around you seems to be policing the medicines that you're taking or what you do without giving you any other options. I see you. And maybe I say I see you because sometimes many of us living with a chronic illness or living with chronic pain, we are not criminals. We are not the enemy. We are not just imagining pain. Not because, again, it hasn't been invented or created the way to measure the pain that we're feeling. It doesn't mean it's not real. Pain is real. And when they tell you, you just have to think a little bit more positively. And you have to really just be a better person, or maybe it's karma or any of those things. Ha. I think, if anything, with all the colors that I am, I like to think that I'm a good person and I am a nice person. And pain is not a punishment for anything that we have done in this life. Pain, it happens. In my case, again, because the nerves in my skin, they have gone kaput, crazy, whatever. And they don't know sometimes, again, what's really happening. And even if I use socks or I cover my legs with the blanket, it hurts. Or sometimes when I walk in, my balance goes off, because I'm in pain. So of course I keep trying, and maybe it's part of what we feel, to try to help others and be a good person. But believe me, I'm no angel, and I have thoughts about sometimes hating or killing someone in my brain. Um, and I know people mean well when they say it'll go away, or things will be better, or again, that sometimes it is because we haven't do good enough in this earth. Come on. Don't worry about the fact that I do believe in myself. And I say this because if anyone is really watching this or seeing this, keep believing in yourself that the pain is not punishment. It simply is that your pain is real. That anxiety is real. That depression is real. And I might be really one of the most optimistic person in the world. I keep smiling and laughing. And sometimes people really say, how you're laughing and you're in pain? Maybe in my case, because even if I cry every day by now, I think I'm a happy person. A happy man. Crazy, right? That I can say that. I cry every day, but I'm a happy person. I am thankful for so many people that have helped me in this life. I'm thankful that I can appreciate the light that comes through my windows, or a little plant, or my kitty that she lives with me for almost 13 years by now, or friends and family, and even if again sometimes don't understand or maybe doubt, I don't know that I'm really in pain. If I take a picture again, if I jump really high for a moment, that moment is frozen in time and space. And then people see it and they're like, how is that you do that? You were in pain. And it was one moment. But gosh, pain never goes away. It just never goes away. I wish, and maybe one of these days, something will be discovered that, at least in my case, the pain will go away. Uh, there are certain things. Again, I have a friend of mine that she has some kind of batteries inside her back that somehow it cuts the connection with the nerves and it helps her keep going. I haven't get there yet. I wish also the health system it pays for alternative therapies like physical therapy, acupuncture, massages, all those things. And at the end, something that cannot be bought. And we all of us wish, especially in these crazy times of the pandemics of COVID, etc., that when isolation and loneliness had increased so much, it does affect also our pain. I do feel the love of friends and family. And I think maybe all of us, we want that special person that might see us and accept us with all that we are. And I know that sometimes it's my own doubts of how can I give someone, how can I be part of someone's life if I have all this pain, right? But I think I have many wonderful things about me, I hope, that can make someone see the whole thing that is you. Even if we get overwhelmed by this chronic pain and chronic illnesses and chronic mental health, it is overwhelming many times. Just remember, I guess, and I'm saying that if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself, that I am my music, I am my creativity, I am my advocacy, I am so many things. I am the guy that can be singing in a church, but I am the guy that can have wild sex with someone. I am so many things. And I guess at this moment I was just feeling a little bit lonely because the pain was really high, and it really feels almost like it cut you. It cuts in your skin and your heart, and then is when we feel, is somebody seeing me right? So it was the moment, but once again, pain is real. Don't allow anyone to treat you in a bad way or dismissing what you're feeling. And when you go to the doctor and they show you all these little faces, from one smiling to one crying, and again when they ask you once again from 1 to 10, how is your pain? I guess you can tell them also that no doubt your pain is real, and not because they cannot feel it. It's not there, or it's not real. Have a good night, everyone. It's just a moment. It's just a moment. And you'll see me either singing or dancing for a moment as well. And enjoying life. And one of these days, maybe also kissing someone that might love me and I will love him also. Life is. Have a good night again, everyone. And I hope you are one of those people that lives with chronic pain or the chronic illness. I hope that you at least take a moment to have a moment that it feels like an easy breathing, and that you can really have a good night's sleep. Have a good night. Sleep well, and no doubt you're not alone, because I guess maybe I don't want to feel myself alone as well. Thank you.